J-Bills, Media Spotlight UK, and I'm here with the one and only adventurous Tristan Hamm in the building. Adventurous is key word to you, because I'm hearing like you're an adrenaline junkie, like, you know, you do a lot of adventurous stuff, like, you know, talk to me about, like, you know, what the vibes are with you in terms of being an adventure freak.
Well, the vibe is that I just am an adventure freak. Anything to do with getting the blood pumping, getting the blood boiling, I'm all for it. But not just to do it once or twice, to get to the top and go as far as I can with it. Like skydiving, got over 1,000 jumps, mountaineering, climbed over 100 mountains. I mean, like anything that I can kind of get it going, I get going, and boxing's the next thing.
So what kind of started this all off for you in terms of, like, you know, getting that vibe into, you know, conquering mountains, conquering rivers, horseback riding, whatever you name it? Like, what started it all off for you? What was the key element?
I don't know. I just have a drive to hunt, and I feel like a lot of individual sports has that in it. Climbing a mountain may seem crazy, but then once you get it, it seems easy. But then once you do it, it's actually 10 times harder than all of them. So it's a lot of personal journey, a lot of personal challenges, and I like to put myself to the test and see how capable that I am of everything. And so, yeah, that's kind of what led me to boxing. Boxing is a very personal sport. You know, it's just you against one other guy. But to me, I see it as me against myself. So, you know, I'm just betting for myself at the end of the day with everything I'm trying to do.
So it's basically like, you know, whatever challenges come your way, like, how did boxing become an element of being like, that's a new challenge that I wanted to take?
I mean, I've always been pressured. I mean, people like see what I got going on, and then they want to take it away from me. So I've always kind of had that fight inside me. So boxing is just a way for me to put it on display for myself to see, you know, what fight is really in me, you know? So, yeah.
So I'm hearing that you're not really a heavy combat sports person, but like, have you ever been inspired by, like, you know, combat sports in general, like whether it be boxing, wrestling, or anything like that?
100%. I mean, I think every true man is. You know, I grew up, you know, watching boxing, watching UFC, and fucking around with my brother and fucking around with my dad and shit like that. So, yeah, I mean, boxing's a huge passion of mine. I mean, everybody's watched Rocky. Rocky's a huge passion of everybody.
I mean, of course, you can't have a boxing fiasco without Rocky being involved.
Exactly, 100%. I think America was built off Rocky, so.
I mean, they have a statue of that now. Did they have the Rocky statue in Philadelphia?
Yeah, they do.
They do, yeah.
I haven't been to it, but I got to get down there.
Well, you need to, because that'd be like, say, like a post of inspiration, like the next adventure junkie phase for you in terms of that. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, you're here, your Misfits debut, facing Rodney Peterson, not Logan Paul. Talk to me about, like, how this matchup was set up. Like, you know, what happened to get you here?
100%. So I got a fight offer in Russia, but I didn't like what was going on with Ukraine and Russia.
Okay.
So I turned that down, and, you know, I spoke to BJ. I spoke to a couple other of my managers, and you know, the opportunity with MAMS came about for Misfits. I looked into it. You know, I love what's going on with Misfits. I love the community. I love the commotion that's going around in it, and I said I want in. And they had a couple offers for me, but all the opponents that they had just kept pulling out. They didn't like that I was with BJ, and they didn't know what to expect from me. No one had seen any footage on me, so they don't know. So I think it was 4 opponents pulled out that weren't official, but we were aiming for it. We got pretty close, and right when it came to signing, they all pulled out. So the last person on the bet that was willing to jump in for this show, I wanted to get in there. I don't want to mess around. I don't want to be going back and forth all year on this thing. I just want to get in here and show you guys what I can do. And, you know, Rodney Peterson came up to the plate, and he said, I'm down. I want to do it. I want the smoke. And I said, okay, I'm down. I mean, put whoever you want in front of me. If they want to step in here, if they have the nerve to get in here with me, then by all means, let's go. So that's how it came about. Don't know anything about Rodney. I heard he had no fights, and I heard he had 6 fights. Now I hear he has 25 fights. So,
well, I spoke to him earlier, and I was doing a bit of research trying to get it together. But apparently, like, he's done amateur MMA before. He's had, like, I think 6 or 7 fights from that before. But then transitioned into the idea of boxing, and obviously being his character, not Logan Paul. So that's all I really know about it. But he wanted to transition into boxing. So take it from that. What do you make of it from what you just discovered?
Well, I don't know where he's training, who he's training with, or what. But based off of what you're saying, I mean, I think he's underestimating me, like, a lot. You know what I mean? Like, for BJ Flores to take somebody under his wing after Jake Paul, he's got to have some. There's a lot there. Like, you have to be in it 100%. And he has to see something in you. I'm so proud that BJ has seen something in me, and I got to make him proud at the end of the day. And Rodney Peterson is not prepared for that. He's not prepared for the hours and end that I've been putting in. I heard in an interview someone said that Rodney was saying that, I hope Tristan's training hard.
Yeah, he told me that earlier as well.
Yeah, like, bro, you don't think I'm training hard for this?
He thinks that you're not lasting long, basically.
Bro, I grew up in the mountains in northern Alaska and the Yukon and built oil pipelines for a living before I moved and started traveling the world, which I climb mountains and fucking jump out of airplanes. You think I'm not ready for this? You know what I mean? I don't do anything half-assed. This is everybody's life's on the line. People don't realize that you step in the ring, it's a real fight. Your life's on the line, literally. And I'm not going to put all that I've worked for up against this guy and just not play it 100%. So I've been putting in the work. I've been going as hard as I possibly can, and I'm not training for Rodney Peterson. I'll tell you that. I'm training for the top dogs.
Yeah, because I saw in an interview recently that BJ Flores has stated that he wants you to get to the big names already after Rodney. Not looking past Rodney, but obviously names that came up from what he said was Joe Weller, King Kenny, and Ryan Taylor. I spoke to Daley Perales, who is King Kenny's trainer, and I told him that that was expressed by BJ, and he said he hasn't heard of you before, but he said he will talk to Mams. Maybe that might be something in the future. Like, are those the guys that he mentioned? Are those the guys that you want to fight in the future? Like, not looking past Rodney.
100%. Of course, he said he didn't hear from me before. Like, of course, he said that. That's what they all say, so they can kind of slip out of the sides. But here's the thing: at the end of the day, if it's a threat to them, they're not going to take it. So, I mean, I hope that people realize that that I'm here to stay and that I'm coming for them no matter what. They're going to have to face me one day or another if they want to make it big, because I'm either going through them or around them. That's one way. That's the only way. So. I'm 100% coming for them. King Kenny, I think, is a great option because I think he's a great fighter.
Who's impressed you the most in terms of the scene? Because you must have been watching quite a fair amount of it, right?
Yeah, I've been keeping my eye out on things. Who's impressed me the most? I mean, Anthony Taylor is a great boxer.
Okay,
but I'm not calling him out. I don't want that smoke just yet. We'll see what happens, though. You know what I mean? I'm not afraid of anybody. But I'm not coming for Anthony right now. King Kenny is a great option. I like his style. I think he brings he has a good style, and he looks good. He looks like a pro boxer, and I want to fight pro boxers. That's what I want to do. I'm not a pro boxer. I have no MMA experience. I have no amateur experience. I have no pro boxing experience, and I want to work really hard. I want to work with guys that look like they know what they're doing, and Anthony Taylor's been calling me out. Apparently, after BJ made some comments, he put me on his story. He was talking shit about my girl, like a bunch of shit. So, I'm down. I'm down for Anthony Taylor. And then if King Kenny wants to come up, that'd be legit. And then anybody else that has some serious hands that wants to put their skills to the test, let's do it. I'm here to put on a good show, to put on a good fight. I want to go good rounds. I don't want bums. I don't want somebody to be saying one day, Tristan fought a bunch of bums to get to the top. The fact that I'm fighting Rodney Peterson right now is kind of in that situation. But at the same time, he has 25 fights and I have no fights. So he has way more ring experience than me. He's been under lights more than me when it comes to this type of stuff. I'm doing solo adventures on my own. He's in the limelight all the time, so it's a little bit different of a dynamic. But I'm here to put my skills to the test at the end of the day and show the Misfits fans that I'm here to stay. And every time that I come onto the ring to fight, whoever comes in that ring to fight with me, they got something coming for them. They should not underestimate me, that's for sure.
Well, it looks like you're looking to make a statement. It looks like you're looking to make your mark in the Misfit scene. What can we expect in terms of like you being in a ring, like fans that know you for your adventures? What can they expect for your fight this Saturday?
You can expect that this fight doesn't go more than one round. If you expect anything less than that, then I'm sorry to disappoint you.
Well, there you go. Like a man of his word, very, very strong words, very, very straight to the point. Tristan, absolute pleasure to meet you, and I wish you all the best for your fights going forward. And hopefully those fights that you mentioned earlier, they materialize. Yeah. Hope they do.